So let's start. So like as we know, like we have already done one of the session on the agent for it has been taken by Abhishek Batwal, and today like we have a second session on the agent force where we will talk about what is agentic AI, and like the Salesforce provides something called a prompt builder templates, right? So we will be going to see some demonstration on the prompt builder, how you can create a prompt builder. So in today's session we will going to discuss mainly on the two prompt builder. So one is record summary prompt builder, and the second is the field generation prompt builder, like how you can use the record summary prompt builder, or how you can use the like field generation prompt builder. And we will going to have a like demonstration, and where we will going to cover a various thing. So basically how you can call the prompt builder, like from the screen flow, how you can use the flows in the prompt builder, like how you can write the prompts, how you can ground the value into the prompt builder, like how you can add the context to the prompt builder, right? So those kind of things we're going to discuss in today's session. Okay, so okay, and like this is our, like I think it's a 88 Surat MuleSoft Meetup, and again the topic is evaluation of agentic AI and prompt builder template in the action. Okay, and the organizer for today's meetup is like Jitendra Bapna and the Nitish Jain. Okay, and like I will be the speaker for today's session, and this is just like bit about me. Okay, so I will just skip this slide. I will go with the agenda. So, we will going to discuss, like we all have an introduction. Then we will discuss about evolution of agentic AI. We will discuss about agent force overview. We will see the prompt builder and the prompt template. We will have a few demonstration on record summary template and the field generation template. Okay. So I hope you everyone is excited for today's session. We're going to see some good demonstration, some live use cases where we can use this particular prompt builder, right? Okay, and like I will start with the safe harbor statement. The speaker and host are organizing this meetup in the individual capacity. We are not representing any organization or companies here. The presentation is strictly for learning purpose. We are not holding any responsibility whether the same solution will work for your business use cases or your business requirement. This presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Okay, let me skip all this slide. Yeah. So I will start with evolution of the AI from large language model to agentic AI. So when we talk about what is LLM, like anybody like can answer like what is LLM? Any thoughts on
Yeah,
LLM?
large language model.
Yeah, it's a large language model, right? So basically it's a AI models which is trained with a lot of data, billion of parameters, right? So it can, like it can interact with human, like it can answers the human queries, right? It can perform some task, it can perform some action on the human behalf, right? So it can also do some kind of repetitive task, right? So if you are giving some input to LLM, like you are asking, right, you are giving some query to your LLM, right? So your LLM will like try to get the answer for those query. And why this is happening? Because LLM is trained with a billion of data, right? Almost a lot of data. So it able to retrieve the correct answer from the from the data which the LLM is trained, right? So generally what happens, so whenever we are building the model, right, so there are, so generally, so we give some data set, we get some data set, right? So the generally the data set is divided into two parts, into train data, into test data. So 80% will be maybe train data, and 20% will be the test data, right? The LLM is always like trained with the train data, and the remaining 20% data is used to test your LLM with, used to test the accuracy of your LLM, right? What is the confidence score, what is the accuracy of LLM, right? So when we are giving this particular test data, what output you are getting, right? So those kind of things generally used to train and used to measure the accuracy of your LLM, basically, right? So LLM is nothing like it takes input and it generates some kind of response, some kind of output, right? So that is what LLM does. Let me go back to my presentation. So as we see, like initially, like we have artificial intelligence, then we move towards the generative AI, then now there is an era of agentic AI, right? We're going to discuss about that. So LLM or artificial is nothing like they learn, like they think and start learning like a, like learn like a human, right? So as soon as like you keep on giving more and more data, you keep on training your LLM, it will become more robust, and you will get a more robust and more accurate answers, basically, right? And LLM, like it can understand, like it helps the computer understand, speak, write, and it can also take some kind of decision. For example, if you are giving any mathematics problem to your LLM, right? So if you say 2 plus 2, so it will definitely do some calculation, it will give the answer as a 4, right? So those kind of things LLM can do. Okay, so like as I already explained, like it is a type of artificial intelligence, right? So which can understand a human natural language and able to answer in the similar way, right? So for examples are, we have a chat GPT, right? We have many other LLM models are available. We have a Gemini, right? So there are many other large language model available. We have a like Dell, right? So some of the LLM like generate the text, some of the LLM can generate the music, some of the LLM can generate the videos, like those kind of things. And apart from that, also it can question your answer, it can draft the email for you, it can also summarize the data for you, it can also do some kind of language translation. So those kind of things can be performed by your LLM. Then generative AI. The generative AI is simple, like what happens, so you give some input and it will generate some kind of output, right? It will generate text, or it will generate image, or it will generate music, depending on your what prompt you are giving. If you are saying like generate the image of crocodile, right? So LLM will going to generate your image of the crocodile basically, right? Or if you are asking the LLM like I want to know bit about something, right? So LLM will generate the text for that. Apart from that, you can give the LLM a big paragraph, and you can ask LLM to summarize, sorry, to you can ask generative AI to summarize that paragraph. So if you have a 10 or 20 line paragraph, so generative AI can summarize in 2 3 lines, right? So these are the some example. We have a Dell AI which can generate a make a pictures from the text. Chat GPT do lot of things basically, and we have a music LLM which create a music. There are many others LM. These are just some few examples basically, right? Then it's agentic AI. So we talk about LLM, we talk about generative AI. Now it comes to agentic. Agentic AI is something like we sit on the top of LLM, or we can call this as a sit on the top of generative AI. So where like it able to perform some kind of task, it able to do some kind of planning, and it able to take the action. For example, like you have an agent, right? You are asking the agent to schedule the appointment, right? So the agent will like provide you list of the available appointment, and you can ask him to schedule the appointment for that particular time, and the agent will able to schedule the appointment at that particular time. So here it is able to provide you some kind of some some kind of text or some kind of options, right? And like depending on what you select, it take a action, right? It, for example, action is nothing, it's scheduling the appointment for you basically, right? So that is what agentic AI. So agentic AI can perform the actions basically, right? Agent can perform the action. So apart from that, for example, like you want to know the status of your order, or you want to cancel your order, right? Or you want to initiate your refund, right? So you can talk to the agent, you can talk to the agent in simple natural language. So you can ask agent like can you fetch my order? So agent will definitely come and ask what is your order number, and for verification it may ask for your email address and other details. Once it get verified, it will able to fetch your order. Then then you can ask agent to cancel this particular order, or you can ask agent to get the tracking details for this order, and what are the reason for delay of this particular order, right? So that's how you can do the conversation with your agents basically, right? So that is what agentic AI do. So agentic AI, like as compared to LLM, generative AI, agentic AI can take action, but at the end agentic AI also using the LLM, right? And apart from LLM, it is also using some reasoning engines, feedback loops. I will going to see in upcoming slides basically. Okay, so these are some type of LLM. We already discussed type of AI, LLM, generative AI, agentic AI. So as I mentioned, agentic AI can perform some kind of task. It can take the action, right? We have Auto GPT. We have something called Agentforce, right? Generative AI, it can create edge name suggests like generative. It generates something, like it able to generate a new content. It able to generate the text. It able to generate the images. So Chat GPT is one of the example, or GPT-4 is one of the example, right? Which can generate a content for you. Then LLM, we have a lot of large language model available, right? So one of the large language model is ChatGPT. We have a Claude, we have a Gemini. There are many things. So this is the high level architecture. So generative AI, like it interact with LLM to generate the text, content, and the images. Whereas agentic AI is also interact with LLM. Apart from that, it it also at the same time it also interact with reasoning engine, planning and feedback loop, and take a specific action. So in I think Salesforce is using Atlas reasoning engine for the agentic AI. We're going to discuss those things also. Yeah. So as we already talk about Agentforce, so it's a platform provided by the Salesforce, so Agentforce can think, plan, and can take a action like a it kind of virtual assistant, right? It can provide you the virtual assistant. It work across all the Salesforce app like Salesforce Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Health Cloud. Apart from that, there are various use cases where we can use this Agentforce, like to book the doctor appointment or to send reminders. It can also draft the email for you. It can reply to the customer support email. It can create a cases. It can create a tickets, right? Even it like you can also schedule the your car service appointment. Like you can track your car service appointment. Basically, it can track the order, update the customer about delivery. It can automatically fill the forms, like update the data in systems like Salesforce. It can also like schedule the meeting by checking your calendar. It can also monitor the inventory, and in case if there's a there's a lack of inventory, or like the levels of inventory are reduced, right? It can place the order automatically, right? It can also help in hiring by screening the resume and booking interviews. It also solve various like issue like password resetting, like without any human help. As I mentioned, Salesforce Agent Force have a reasoning engine that is called Atlas Reasoning Engine, right, which is one of the core component of an Agent Force. Apart from that, it also use large language model. It can be ChatGPT model, ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT Turbo. There are various other models we're going to see in the demos, basically. Yeah. Any question till now? Abhishek, I am just making you as a moderator, host. Okay. Just in case if there's any question,
I'm
just
there, Jackie. Sure.
okay. You are there. Okay. So we are moving forward. Okay. So agent just don't assist us, they take a action, right? So initially, like, we have a chatbot. So what chatbot do, we have a fixed set of rule, right? And chatbot like fix the repetitive task kind of things, right? But it cannot think, it cannot perform an action. It can interact with us, right? It can provide some options like what you want to do, right? But it cannot perform like some kind of actions, right? Then the co-pilot came, right? So co-pilot is using the Einstein AI. It is also like it is bit advanced than chatbot, but it is again not taking some multi complex. It cannot perform the multi complex task or cannot take a complex actions, right? So that is where agent force come, right? So agent force can do take a multitask, can perform the multitask operations, can take a complex action, can start thinking. Like if you are filing a query to agent, right? So the like agent can decide like what kind of task needs to be performed. So you're like you may have defined 10 tasks, right? So one task is just for the order management, one task is just for the like doctor appointment booking, and there are n number of tasks. So now you have gave the query, so can you please fetch the order details for this particular order number? So agent force will automatically recognize what task needs to be performed. It will call that order management task, and it will going to perform that particular task and get the order details, basically. So that is how the agent force like the agent force reasoning engine model come into picture, right? Where they can like they can decide like which task needs to be performed and what action needs to be taken. So those kind of things can be performed by the agent force, basically. Okay. So these are the five important attributes of the agent force. So we have a role. So what is the role of the agent force? What job should the agent force should perform, right? So you define the role, basically. For example, like order management, correct? So there are many other things. Give me a second, okay? I just Sorry for interruption. Hope you can see my screen, right? Okay. So we have a,
Yes.
yeah, we have a 5 different attributes: role, data, action, guardrails, and the channel. The role, like you, what is like you define what is the responsibility or what is the role of your agent force, like what this particular agent force should do, right? So then data, what knowledge they can access, like what data they can access. Basically, you define either they can access CRM data, or they can access any external data via API call, or they access any data from the data cloud, right? Or you can like you can upload some kind of PDF document which defines some kind of instruction, right? Or maybe for example, for like you may during the hotel order, right? So you may, like when you are doing the booking, so you may have some cancellation policy, right? So you can define your cancellation policy in the PDF. You can load that the PDF as a data library. So in case if you're asking any question about the hotel cancellation policy, right? So this agent can like access that particular PDF and can read the cancellation policy data from those PDF files, right? So those kind of things, like what kind of data model data agent force can access. Action, like what capabilities do they have. So what kind of task agent force can perform, right? So you may have a Salesforce flow, you may have a Apex code, right? You can write, so you can define your actions, right, in the like in the form of the Salesforce flow, like go and update order status, like go and cancel the order, book the appointment, reschedule the appointment, trigger the email. So those kind of actions, and actions you can define like using some external services, like you can call those external services, or you can have a Salesforce flow, you can have a Apex code. Then guardrails, you also define some kind of things where you can say don't perform this kind of task. Basically just you are robusting your agent by defining some kind of guardrails. You are saying your agent don't do such kind of actions, we don't have to, you can restrict it. So your organization may have some compliance thing, right? For example, and your agent, you want those information doesn't get exposed outside your organization, or those things doesn't expose to anyone, right? So you can define those things in the guardrails, don't do. So you can basically define do and don'ts. Basically channel, where they work. So like how the employees and the customer can interact with the Salesforce agent force, right? Via lightning web component, or via some external website, or via like Salesforce platform, right? So those kind of channel you can define, and all this has been like secure by your instant trust layer. We're going to discuss about the instant trust layer also. So whatever agent force is doing, right, everything is secure, everything is trusted by instant trust layer. Okay, how agent force works, right? So we always start with the conversation. So customer or employee will ask your agent, right? So it like hi, so then agent will say I am an agent for your trusted AI agent. Then the customer can ask what is the status of my order. Now the second, once you do that, the agent start planning, right? So agent will like interact with a large language model and reasoning engine, right? And it will able to pick a right topic. As I mentioned, you can have a multiple topics defined, like you can have a topic for order management, you can have a topic for doctor appointment rescheduling and booking. Then you can have a like hotel booking related data. You may have a expert, like you may have a like some FAQs kind of topic, right? So agent will interact with LLM and reasoning model to pick a right and depending on topic it will going to take a right action, right? So apart from that also it will make sure like it goes to the instruction provided or instruction associated with that particular topic, right? So here I gave the instruction: when customer asks about an order, make sure you already have their email address to verify order. Do not allow the change order details without first customing with the customer. In this case, what will happen when you are asking for the order status? First, agent will go interact with large language model and reasoning engine. It will identify the topic. On this topic we have this instruction. So it will going to read this instruction, it will ask you for the email ID first, right? So it will ask you for the email ID. So once you enter the email ID, it will fetch your order details, and like then it will ask whether you want to modify your order. And if you say yes, then like it will ask for like what kind of things you need to modify: address, shipping address, or billing address. So you can just define, like you can just update you can say shipping address. Once you done that, it will ask for your confirmation, because I gave the instruction before doing any changes you have to confirm with the customer whether these details are properly are these details are proper, right? Then it will going to update. Then finally it do the execution basically, right? So then like it like what it does, right, it performs some kind of action. So as I mentioned, now you want to update your order, right? So it will call the update order action. It will going to perform that particular update order action. It can be, it may flow or apex code or some external services, right, to update that particular order or to do the changes in the order. Apart from that, see, so order lookups, we have to do the order lookup also in the plan stage, right? It will call the lookup order to do the order lookup. It will also call some like product record. Then in case if you want to do some kind of exchange, right, so it will call that exchange topic, exchange as action, then return order finally. And finally it will also enrich, like agent will enrich you with some kind of data, right? So you ground some kind of data, right? It will make sure like it provide all the proper data. It will always ground the data into your like response, you know. And it can use the crm data cloud external or user input. So it can enrich the data from your like crm object. You may have a order object, right? It can fetch the data from there. It can fetch the data from data cloud, and it can do fetch the data from external services or user input. And finally the agent force will generate the response, and it will say your order has been shipped, we will be arriving in the 7 days. And again, all the interaction is like secure by Einstein trust layer. Okay, and this is my Einstein trust layer. So in Einstein trust layer we have two journey. One is prompt journey and one is response journey. So the prompt journey is like start from the secure data retrieval. It will ensure like whatever data it is retrieving, right, so it is secure, like from your Salesforce app or Salesforce object, from wherever. Then dynamic grounding. So generally I will show you what is the grounding. Generally you add the data context to your prompt, basically like you know, you are saying like for each prompt your account id may be different, right? So you don't have to hard code, so you can ground that data basically, right? So then it do the data masking. It automatically recognize a sensitive data or confidential data, and it will like it will encrypt or it will mask those data. Prompt defense, like it will make sure like your prompt doesn't have any vulnerabilities or any like any bad language, or like you know, it does that. It will ensure that you know, like you know, it everything is good. If in case if there's anything like in your like in like if it contains some language which is not appropriate, right, in this case, like you know, it will going to remove those things. Like, and it will also make sure your whatever prompt you're sending to llm, right, for llm, like it is secure. Now apart from that, like as per like the ancient trust layer, whatever data we are sending to llm, those data will not use to train your model, right? It's a zero data retention policy. Those data will be never used to you know, train your model, llm model. Then once it does, then it start the response journey, where it will say like toxic language detection, like is there any toxicity in the language or everything is good, right? So those kind of things will be checked. Then data demasking. So whatever data we have masked here, right, now we will send the response back to the client, right? So we will make sure those data get demasked, right? Then audit trail. So whatever prompt or whatever action or whatever response you are getting, everything has been saved in the data cloud, right? So in the future you can reference like what are the kinds of prompt you have sent, what response you get, right? You can get those kind of insights, you know. You can just like get the, like you can just use those data to make sure like how much, like how quickly or how accurate your model is responding, right? So as I mentioned, one of the most important thing, the data which you are sending to llm, those data will be not retained, and it is not used to train any kind of llm basically. That is one of the important thing. Apart from that, so like we may have a something, a kind of gdpr constraint, like there are some sensitive data like customer name or username, and that data we don't have to send to the llm, right? So those kind of things has been taken, those kind of things data will be masked here. Or maybe any sensitive data like email or passwords or any credit card detail or social security number, everything will be masked before it's sent to the llm, right? And once the response comes, they that will get again demasked and sent back to the client. Okay, so now, like the important topic for today is like we have to go through some demonstration on the prompt builder. So before I go, let me check if there's any question. Let me check, do we have any question? Yeah, Nitish is answering good. So let me move. So what is a prompt builder, like you know? So let me. So like Prompt Builder is a platform which is fully integrated with your Salesforce. It is used to manage creating your prompt templates basically, right? So it's a Salesforce tool that allow you to create, manage, and deploy prompt templates and it for use with instant GPT and other generative AI features in the Salesforce, right? So like Prompt Builder is basically is used to draft the emails to summarize the record, or like apart from that to interact with some external services and to get the data and summarize those data. Like there are many things. So in today's session we will talk about two main prompt template. One is record summary prompt template, and second is field generation prompt template, right? So apart from that, prompt template also have a support to call the apex code, to call the Salesforce flow, and you can even add the context to your prompts by grounding the fields, or by dynamically grounding the data, right? And you can reuse all the templates across all the Salesforce apps like Sales, Service, and the Marketing Cloud. Okay. So as we talk about the prompt builder, prompt builder is nothing a place where you can go and create your prompts. And as I discuss about the prompt template, basically the prompt Salesforce provides various type of prompt template. One is record summary, then we have a flex, then we have a like field generation prompt template, we have a sales email draft prompt template. There are like AI powered instant AI powered prompt template. There are many other prompt template. We're going to discuss everything in upcoming sessions also, and we will see we will see some of the live example how we can use the prompt template. And this prompt template, like we can also call a Salesforce flow, apex code, or external services from the prompt templates. We're going to discuss, and how we can embed a prompt template into account record as a screen, or how we can also embed this record summary in the text field. We will going to discuss all these things in upcoming sessions or in upcoming demos. Okay, let's discuss about a life cycle of the prompt template. So there are four main stages. So ground with your data, create a prompt template, test and iterate the prompt template, deploy and invoke the prompt template. So basically, you can ground with your data basically. So it's very important you always define some context to your prompt, right? You have to make sure like you improve the quality of the prompt. So prompt knows like what kind of information that prompt need to face. For example, if you ground the prompt with I want to summarize the account, if you say that, right, what how prompt will we know which account I need to summarize, right? So where you can ground your data, basically you can provide an account ID, or you can provide account name. So what are those kind of things, right? We're going to discuss. Then you can get the data from the prompt flows, apex code, data cloud, and a CRM data. So you can ground the data from here. As I mentioned, in the prompt you can call the Salesforce flow, apex code. You can even get the data from data cloud, or you can get the data from CRM object like account, contact, opportunity, leads, those kind of. Then we have a then you can select the correct prompt template, right? So what is the right prompt template that is needed for your use case, right? So we have flex, field generation, record summary, and sales email. Then you can just test your prompt. Basically you can just make sure before you activate or before you deploy your prompt, like you have to test it. You can test the prompt, so make sure like all the results, whatever response you are coming, what prompt response, it is accurate. Then then you can, it is always secure by instant trust layer by default. It is already secure by instant trust layer. You don't have to do any advanced settings or anything. Then you can select your LLM. So there are n number of LLM is provided, and you can select what LLM you want to use this for this particular prompt. Even you can bring your own LLMs. Basically, if you have your own LLM, you can bring that also. And then you can, whenever you it have a by default a version control. Whenever you are actually doing the changes in the prompt template, right, it automatically increment the one version. And you can deploy and invoke the prompt template from your like lightning web component. We will see that. Call prompt template from using, we will apex, we will see in next session. Call prompt template using flow, we will going to see it in today's session. Okay. So this is life cycle of prompt template and how prompt template work. First business task. So you can say what you want to do, like create record summary or draft email or create a product recommendation, right? So these are some business simple business use case. So depending on that, you can select out of the out of the box prompt template, which is provided by Salesforce, Flex, and email record summary and field generation. Then you can ground your prompt, right? So you can ground your prompt with some like either CRM data from any object or data cloud, or maybe flow builder, or maybe Apex, or even with a MuleSoft, right? And it can be invoked by your connect APIs like Salesforce Health and Service Cloud. Then it can be like invoked by your invocable action Lightning Web Component, Flow, Apex, and the field, or even by the Salesforce Copilot. And it is completely trusted by Instant Trust Layer. Either you can use the Salesforce managed LLM, or you can bring your own LLM. That is also possible. So, and even like your LLM is also secure by the Instant Trust Layer. So it doesn't matter it's your LLM or it's a Salesforce managed LLM. Everything has to go through this Instant Trust Layer before your prompt go to the your LLM. Okay, so let's talk about some prompt. So field generation template, it is always bound to a single object, right? And it is used to create a summary that we can store in the record summary field. So you can create, for example, I want to summarize my account detail, right? So generally this particular template work with a single object or single record basically, right? So you can create a field, right? And you can, like in that particular, you can create a field in the sales account object, and you can summarize whatever text has been summarized for that particular account, that can be stored in that particular field, right? Then we have a record summary template. So it is also bound to a single object, so you, right? And it can provide a clear and concise summary of the record and allow user to quickly understand the critical information. So here we will see how we can embed a screen flow into your account details basically. So whenever you go to account details, so it will automatically generate a like a summary for you. Then flex template, in flex template it is bound up to 5 object, or it can call external or customs, external services or custom services also, but it is you can interact with up to 5 object or custom services basically, right? Then we have a sales email template. It is basically used to draft the email. There are few more we're going to discuss in upcoming sessions. Okay, I'll start with, before I start with demo, like, do have anybody have any question? Yeah, MuleSoft fits in. We'll Chandrasekhar, that everything will be coming basically, and even like if you have some external APIs, right? As Nitish said it correctly. So like in Flex template, right? So like you have a provision where you can call the external API, right? So you can so if you have a MuleSoft API, right, you can configure that MuleSoft API in the Salesforce, and you can use those APIs in the prompt. Okay. So let me go with demo first. So I hope everybody like have a Salesforce developer free account. So like right now we have a free developer Salesforce developer edition account, which is like which is available with Einstein EI and the data cloud, right? So you can just create that account. That's fine. Like if you don't have it, that's fine. Okay. The before we start with demo, the few things we need to do first, we need to enable the Einstein EI. So you can go to the setup of the Salesforce. Then you can go to Einstein EI, or instead of that I will say Einstein setup. So you go to Einstein setup. So here you have to enable this. So make sure like you are like you turn on the global language for prompt builder, otherwise you will not able to create a prompts. So make sure like deploy prompt templates, all these three are on. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, we have to enable the Agentforce agent. Search for Agentforce. Don't know why it's not coming. I'm in the setup only, right? Not this one. Let me refresh the page. Yeah, so you can see the agent for agents. So make sure you enable that also. Okay, then make sure always refresh the page. Okay, so what I want to do, so let me go back here. So I have this particular account, Burlington Textile or whatever account. So I want to summarize this particular record, and also I want to summarize like related data. So like what happened, the account is linked with opportunity, cases, and context, right? So I want to see whole summary of this particular account and opportunities, cases, related cases, and related context here, right? I don't want to like navigate to each and every object, find the opportunities. I just want to just summarize something here, right? So let's do one thing. We will go to a prompt builder. I will just search for prompt builder. So this is my prompt builder. Okay, and here you can see a new prompt template. I will click here, and here you have many prompt templates. Basically, we have a record summary, we have a knowledge answer, we have a Slack, we have a field generation. So I will go with a record summary, and here I can say account record summary template, and I can just say RST. It means record summary template, or that's fine. I will just remove it, right? So will provide some description. This template is used to summarize the account details and related opportunities, cases, and context. Okay, here I will select the object account. So as I mentioned, it is always bound to one single object, so that is my account. I will just say next, right? So here you can write a prompt template. Basically you can write a prompt. Basically I will going to show you how you can write the prompt, and how you can add the context to this particular prompt. Okay, so let's stay with me and just watch what I'm doing. Hi, can you please generate the well written paragraph for the account, make sure the make sure the details of account in natural language, and it should sound professional, right? I'm giving some prompt, and I'm giving some instruction what other things you need to do. Okay, so I will provide some more thing here. So just let me correct this spelling, and I will provide the some main account detail. The main account details are account name. I'll just put comma revenue, comma industry, comma number of employees, and comma rating. Okay, here I will start grounding the values. So I want to just provide some context. So here you can click here, and if you see, we can ground the value from flow, apex, instant search, current user, but I will go with account. And what I have to provide the first account name, I think. So this is my, I've just grounded value with account name. Like then I will just ground value with account revenue, annual revenue. Then I will just ground value with industry. Okay, and okay, so here I will just put a number of employees. Let me wait. Then I will say like rating, and I will just say also summarize the detail of related context, opportunities, and cases. Highlight the escalated cases, right? So like you can just mention like if escalation cases, right, you can do like that, or any important notes or details. Okay, or like or highlighted or any recent escalations. Okay. And also and total amount on opportunity and stage name of opportunity. Okay, so these are the information I need. I will just correct this. Okay, and please provide details on the last detail of account owner and account last modified date. Please keep a separate paragraph for account opportunity cases and contact. No bullets. It should be well written paragraph. Let me save this. Okay, and let's we can click on preview. Here you have to give account, like I will just give account name Burlington. Okay, and I can just say preview. Let's see what it generates. Okay, and apart from that you can select the language and everything, right, and those kind of things. So here it's saying like Burlington is a prominent, like it generates the summary in terms of opportunity, but we haven't got much more details on the big opportunity, like contact, and we don't get the much detail on like cases, right? We don't, because we haven't provided the context for your opportunities and all these things, right? So we have to provide that. So I will going to see what we can do. I will just close this, right? I'll close this. So then this is fine. Also summarize the account, highly escalated case, revenue, and all this thing. So like apart from that, I can say for contact, please provide name, phone, and other important details. Okay, and for cases, provide status. Okay, case number, etc. Apart from that, but still we are not saying from where we have to pick the data, right? So what you can do, like by default there is something called snapshot, right? So you can ground the account snapshot. So account snapshot have all the data like related to account, and all the data related to your related objects. So it have like all the related list data. It have a task, it have a events, or it have a emails, right? So you can simply do that. You can go to insert, you go to account, right, and you can provide a record snapshot, right? And I don't want to ground with anything. It will automatically comes now because it have everything in record snapshot, right? I will remove all this thing. Okay, so let me, okay, I will just save this. Let's preview this again. See here you get more better response, like the opportunity is currently in the closed win, like that the total amount is USD 235, the close date is this. Regarding the cases, so we get there are two close cases associated with account. The first case is 0019 failure, and the second case is 01 the address forward generation below status. a primary contact, we get a contact detail, like whatever things we have. So here you can see how it getting resolved, like so this is like it contact with the like various object and it get the data in this particular format, right? So if you see record snapshot, so record snapshot provide page layout, compact page layout, related list, tasks, events, and the emails, right? So like in the response you can see that, like page layout, so apart from that it also provide account specific info and related records, right? Opportunities like cases, right? So we get the JSON response and it automatically summarize the things here basically, right? So it automatically does that. Any question on this? See, Ajay, there's a no limit. Like it depend on like what kind of credits you have, right? So if you are going above your provided credits, right? So your it will automatically stop, right? So there's a no limit on uses, right? It depend on like how much you are using. Depending on there will be your credit will be deducted. Okay. Now we have done this, and let me activate this. Okay, so next thing, I will just duplicate the screen, right? And I will go back to setup. I think it's activated. Yeah, so this prompt is activated. Now I will go to the flow. So what I have to do, I want to embed this thing, right, summary into my account object, right? So where if anybody want to see, he can come there, he can simply read the summary and he can recognize what is happening with this particular account. So I will go with flow, right? Here I can just say new flow, and like in new flow I will go with a screen flow, right? Okay, in screen flow first I will just add an action. Okay, and I will just search for record summary. I think it is that one, right? So I will use this particular template here. I want to provide object to summarize, right? I think this is the account. What is the current API? Just a minute. Okay, the first 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, let me API running prompt, running user, account ID. I can create a variable, I think, yeah, and I can give this variable as a name, something called record ID. I can select this as a text, right? Available for input, available for output. Okay, so I just creating one variable. So record ID. So whenever I get from screen, so I will get this record ID. It will get stored, like account ID will get stored in this record ID as a text. I just say done, right? Let me 1 minute something. Why it's saying not compatible? It's already there. So let me go and check here. Yeah, now it's saying next output from like record summary. Just give me a second. This why this record ID is not working. Whether I've selected. So let me take the action again. Mm, record summary. Okay, give me a second. I have other flow. I'm just checking why it's not taking here. Give me a second. It should take a record ID as a field. Let me delete this field and recreate it.
Can you please try refreshing the page?
Hmm?
Refreshing the page.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Let me wait because it should show the object. Let me. Because it is not listing account, I want to see why. Let me add the flow again. Action. Have I selected the right account name? Let me give me a second. Okay. Account summary record. I have activated it also, right? And this is object to summarize account. It should show the account. Okay. Okay, so we will see this demo again. I will just save, like I will not stop here. Okay, we are going to see this demo in like 5-10 minutes because I think it's not getting refresh here. It should list down the account here basically, like it is not listing account here. So like I will going to show in next 10 minutes. Let's wait for, like it's not getting refreshed, don't know why. So here everything is good. Here like model is selected as a chat GPT and allowed like overview. Here is properly account, everything is proper here. Preview, like I already activated, I will deactivate. Okay, save as a new version and I will reactivate it. Okay, so let's do one thing till like it get fixed. So like let me refresh this page. Okay, so I want to show it here. I will going to show that, don't worry about that. So what we can do here, so instead of that, like I can use this Einstein and it will ask me, right? So let's chat. So please I will just say summarize account. Okay, so it provides some kind of summary here also, right? I want to showcase here. So let's wait. So I think it should work basically. So you can see this particular it able to summarize the account here basically. Okay, so let's go with the second demo. So like now what I have to do, right? So like where is my prompt? Yeah, so this is my prompt. So I just don't want to add these snapshots and everything. Like instead of that, like I want to call a flow, right? So how we can do that? So how I can call the flow basically, right? So I will go back to flow again. So instead of snapshot, I want to call a flow basically, right? So I can click on this particular flow. I can just say new flow, right? And here I can just say template trigger prompt flow, right? In this, like you can just say automatically input and select. So we have a record summary template capability. I will select this, and here you can select account. Okay, so you select the object account. Here I can see the account object is properly coming, right? So here you can select the object account. The next step, like we want to fetch cases, context, and the opportunity, right? So I can just say get records, right? Under get record I can just say get contact details, then get the record from the object called contact, right? And like here you have to provide a field account id, and from where you can get the account id, contact okay, account id, okay, get contact details dot account id. Okay, so and like where is the account id? Yeah, that is account id. Okay, so we are getting, like we are just saying, like if account id is equal to get contact detail account id basically, then like you can use loop, and you have to loop through this contact detail like collection variable. Why it's not showing today? Okay, all records, then you can loop through get contact from details. Yeah, let me remove this. I think this is not the right value. Yeah, it should be prompt template input account and account id, because we have to get the input from prompt template, right? So let me change it to account id. Not, yeah, this is right. Okay, so we have done this, and we are looping through this contact, and like here we will add the action called add prompt instruction, right? So now we have to loop through the contact, and we have to add instruction. So I just say contact details. So whatever details you need to pass here, so I can just say contact name, contact phone, right? Then I can say yeah, that's enough, like contact name, and or I can just say contact email. You can start grounding your values from here. So you can get from this particular like current item loop one, and you can just say, so contact the name. Can you see the name? I want full name. Okay, just go with the first name for now. That should be fine. And I will go with the contact phone. I will just say from current, I can just say home phone. Then I can just say contact email. So I can pick it from a current loop. Where is email? Yeah, this is email. So these are the information I grounded. Now we have done, like in the loop I can just say loop contact details, right? Now in same way I want to get a cases, right? So I can just say, like, let me close this, let me save this. I can just say account template flow, save. Okay, I can close this, and I can just I can add like get record again. So now I want to get a case detail, right? So here I can just say cases. Okay, again I want account ID, and the account should be from not current loop, from I think from prompt template input. Okay, account, and can I'm not able to search this. I can just say account ID. Okay, this is the input. Again I will use the loop. Okay, here I can give the name called get case details. Okay, so this is the name I will going to use, and I will just say loop through or loop case details. I will keep it simple. So basically what I'm doing, instead of giving the record snapshot, right, I want to use the flow. So that's what I'm doing. A collection variable will be uh, loop case details, right? Okay, get case details. Okay, again, like make sure like you change this to all record, otherwise it will not consider as a collection. So I can just select the case from case details, then I can add a prompt instruction again. Let me take it up. I will just save it. Okay, here I will add the prompt instruction again. Add prompt instruction. I'll just say case details. Okay, you add the case detail. I will just say case number. Okay, case status. Okay, and simple, like I can start grounding the value from my loop. Where is loop? Current item loop to loop 2. Yeah, this is one. And let me start searching a case number. Where is my case number? Case number, sorry, it should come up, and then I will find for case status. Okay, so apart from that I can also provide case is escalated or case type. So let me ground those value also. Is escalated, case type. Let me find the value. I will ground the value of case type also. This is the type. Okay, I will just ground this much of the value. I will just say add case prompt instruction. Okay, this is what. Now the third, I will add the opportunity. So let me do one thing. Just search for get record. In gets I will say get opportunity records, and I can go with opportunity. I select this, and again I will search on the basis of account ID. I will get the account ID from the prompt template, right? So you might be having prompt template input account, and you can simply say account ID, and you can search for account ID. Okay, so opportunity, like dot account ID is equal to this particular account ID. Make sure it does all records, otherwise it doesn't consider as a collection. Then again loop, because it will return a multiple records, right? So like I will just say loop opportunity details, like the collection variable be opportunity from opportunity. That is fine, like just keep it. And again let me make this big up, and here I can use the add prompt instruction. Add opportunity prompt. Okay, so this is what we have to do, and here I will start adding the grounding the value, opportunity details. So I can just say opportunity ID. I can just say stage name. Then I can just say amount. So let's start searching the value. So I can add it from, yeah, I can just current item loop. This is opportunity ID. I can give a stage name. Yeah, this is my stage name. Then I can provide amount. Simply I can copy this. Okay, let me ground from there only. Loop. Let's check for amount. Is there any amount or something like that? There is amount somewhere. Yeah, this one. Okay, so we will just give that much of the information. I will save this. Let's see if there's any error or not. Okay, I will activate it. Okay, I will go to my same prompt account summary record. I will remove this snapshot. Okay, I will let me do one thing. Okay, I will remove this snapshot, and here I will start grounding the account names and all this value. So I can just say insert value, and I can just say current, and I can just say name, then revenue and I will just say revenue. I will start grounding the value here, and I can simply say insert account industry, right, and number of employees. Okay, and last rating. Okay, because I have removed the snapshot, right? So no bullet, and I can just say the cases, opportunity, and contact details. Okay, I just say this, and here I can just say insert flow. Okay, I have to refresh this. Let me copy this. I haven't refreshed this page, I think. Okay, reload it. I just change this. Okay, let me see if we can see that I have activated it. Yeah, so this is our flow, right? Account template flow. I just created it, and I will save this as a new version. Okay, and now I can preview. Let's see. So here I can give the account name Burlington, or I can change some account name now. I can just say United. Okay, and I will preview. Let's see what happens. See, we get, see in, we have set up detail like this, right? Contact detail, right? We have set up the case details like this in our flow, right? Then we have set up the opportunity details like this, and then finally it has summarized, like the account for United Gas is prominent entity in the energy industry, and it, like whatever, like it also summarized the contact, it also summarized the case, right? It summarizes everything here. You can see it here. So whatever, so that is how, like, you can even call this data from the flow. We will see from the Apex in the next session, right? So any question apart from this? Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. You are correct. So okay, so let me activate this version and we will go back to our previous issue, right? So let's go there, and maybe I'm setting the variable in the wrong manner. Let me do that. Mm, what was my flow? Account screen flow. So I'll go there in on the account screen flow again, like the previous flow which I've created. Let me see. I think I've created the variable wrongly. So let me create the variable again. Not this one. Okay, so let me do one thing. New resources. I can just say variable of type record, and I can just select account object here. You are correct, Ashok. I think that's why it's not an available for input. I just say done. Okay, what is okay? So this is something called, I can give account var done. Okay, so this is the object I need to summarize. Okay, now that's what we have to do in the screen flow. Now next thing, like we have done this, so we have called this and we have to summarize this. Let's check for the advanced options. Nothing. Now what I have to do, I have to use the screen, like where I can summarize this particular record, right? So here I can just creating the screen and I can display a text. Okay, so I display the text here. I can select the output from the output from the previous, and it is stored in the prompt response. Okay, and here I can just say account summary flow. I can just say done. Okay, so let me do one thing. I control X, and instead of that I can give the name label here. I can just say account summary screen. Yeah, here I just say account summary. Okay, so I just gave the account summary screen, or just edit display. I just say done. Right, I will just save it, and now I will go to my account flow. So let me go back to my account flow here, and let me refresh this. Okay. And here what you can do, like you are on this particular page and you can simply click on edit page. So it will edit the lightning wave component page, right? And it will edit that page and simply say flow here. So you can drag and drop this flow somewhere at the top, wherever you want. I can drop it here, right? So once you've done that, so here you can select your flow basically. So whatever flow you've created, right? What flow I've created, let me see the name. Account screen flow. Let me do one account. Okay, I have activated it. Yeah, I need to activate it. I forget to activate it. Okay, you activate this particular flow. Let me go back and re-edit the page, otherwise it doesn't works. So let me refresh it. I will simply edit this page. Okay, and here I can search for flow. I will just drag and drop flow here, not in the related, I want it here. Okay, yeah, here you can see by default the account screen flow came now, right? Because I have activated here. I will simply save this. Like I don't want to do anything, just save it. Okay, go there and you will see like it will start like generating the summary for you here, right? So right now it's not able to handle it. Let me check. Let me refresh it again. Okay, let me check my flow. Something is not correct there. Screen flow, stage name, account summary, template action 1. Let me remove this. Something is wrong here. I don't know what happened here. Let me check. Inactive. Don't know what account is proper here. Once we assign the account, then we are, yeah, everything looks good here. Account prompt response, which is good, and screen flow. Yeah, this looks good. It should work actually. Okay, we will see this in the last. So before that, we just go with one field generation also very quickly. Okay, so we will fix that. Like some issue is there. So let me go with again like another prompt template of type field generation. So I will just go to prompt builder. So field generation, basically you can write the summary in some text field or something like that. So I will just say new prompt template, and here I can select as a field generation, and instead of here I can say account detail field generation. Okay, and you can search the object account, and you need to create a field first, right? We don't have any field, like we need to create a field where we have to summarize this, right? So for that, what we will do, so we will go back to your object manager. We will go to setup, we go to object manager, we go to account, we go to field, and we can simply create a new. Okay, and here you can take like text area long, like it summary can be bigger one, right? Simply say next. I can just say field name, I can give record summary. Okay, and like you can keep all default, just say next, and select visibility to all, next, just say next, just say see. So it will create a record summary field. Okay, so now let me go back to my field generation prompt template. Okay, so let me go from here only. I go back to like search, go back to setup, then I can search for prompt builder again. Again say new prompt builder, like just select something called field generation. I will just say account details field generation prompt. I select the account object, I select the field called summary. Yeah, I can see the summary, but okay, okay, I will use the summary. I will just say next. Okay, I can use the same prompt which I created earlier, right? So I will just don't have to write again everything somewhere. Okay, so let me go back to that particular prompt. I will go to prompt builder. So I can use the same prompt. I copy this, I paste it here, and I will just use the snapshot for now. I will remove everything. and here I will use the snapshot account and record snapshot. Just save it, just preview it, select one of the account Burlington, just preview. Okay, and just activate this. I think this looks good. Okay, now let's see, like it was saying there is a summary field somewhere. Like, let me refresh this. Okay, I cannot see the summary field on the screen, so let me go back to my account object, field and selection. Yeah, record summary field is there. It should be on my account page also. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, let me go back to. Okay, so let me see if I can edit. Why I'm not able to see the fields? Something is not correct. Okay, record summary field is here. Okay, and it will not give you select the template. Why? Because I've selected the wrong field when I created the template. Okay, so let me do one thing. Copy this, right? Like, oh, I go to overview. I go to settings, record summary field, right? Account. Maybe I will go back. I will quickly go back. I will create a new prompt template. So I will just say field generation and account latest prompt details. Okay, I will just select account and I want record. Why record summary field is not coming here? Let me refresh this. It should come here. Okay, so let me do one thing. It should come here basically. I don't know why it's not coming here. Edit. Let me check the visibility. It's 3. Field type is like, yeah, uh, long area text. Let me check change field type. Yeah, text area long, which is okay. It should be cancel. Okay, yeah, it's visible here. Okay, so mm, it's here also, record summary field, but why it's not showing in the prompt template? Let me close everything. I don't think that is the problem. And okay, let me do one thing. So let me go back to leave this page. Setup. So new template. Hopefully this time it will come. Uh, it's a field generation only. Account. It's showing as a summary only. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, I will just say visible to all long periods. Okay. So let me check again, because it should come by default, like like there is a notch, because once we create a summary field, right, it should automatically comes here. It have a summary field. Let me check what summary field does. Should I delete this? Okay. So let me do one thing, like let me use summary field, like only. Mm, so use summary field. I will just say account template. Next. Okay, so this is my temp, like I will just save it, and let's say I activate it, if I'm able to see there, right? So let me edit this. Let me refresh this page again. I will edit this. Okay, let me remove this component. Details. Or I can do one thing. I can create a new template. Yeah, now it came. Okay, so account summary record. I will do FG. So I will just say next. I will just paste that thing. I will just save it. Okay, so let me copy this account summary FG. So I will activate it. I think like it takes some time for reflect. I don't know why it took that much of the time. So let me just I will leave this page. I will edit this. Okay, go back to detail and go to record summary. Let's see. Now it's giving me select this particular template. I will save this. It will, like once I save it, so So here you can see this sign, Einstein sign, right? So this magic sign here, like we'll just save it. Let's go. Yeah, so I will activate it. Okay, so now if you go to this details and let's see if you can find a record. So if you click on here, right, so Einstein will start, generating the like summary. You can see it here. Okay, it generates summary. I can just say use, so it will automatically add your summary here, and I can simply say save, right? So here you can see your record summary basically, right? You got it. So that is how you can use, like, this record summaries. Like if you want to update any field, right, or summary field, like you can do like that. So here you can get a whole summary basically. Let's see if, like, last thing, like if we can fix this today, which will be good. So yeah, then sometime it takes some time for reflect back. Okay, so here we have seen it took some time for things to get reflect, right? So that's fine. Let me go with a screen flow now. So I will go back to flow and let's see what is happening, why that particular thing is not working in the record summary. Okay. Let me, account screen flow. Let's see, it should work. Okay, so account work. Yeah, this is my account to like subject. Then and I will come on this particular screen. So where, like, I'm just saying whatever is some. So let me do one thing. Go back to my edit page. I will remove this from there. I will save it. Let me refresh this. We need to fix this. Okay. Okay. Let me delete this. No, it's not reference now. Let me go back. I think reference is removed, right? Delete. Okay, now it's good. So it take lot of time for things to get reflect. So yeah, let me go back. It's not referenced by account summary now anymore, right? You can't delete. Okay, so let's do one thing. Better to create a new flow from scratch. So I will create a new flow. It doesn't take much of the time. Mhm. So I will just go with the screen flow again and let me search for screen. Yeah, screen flow. So start the screen and I will just add the first thing we need to, like, call the flow. So I have a account summary flow. Which one is, like, account field generation is not there, account detail not. So which one is created? This is account record summary, right? So I can just say account summary flow. You can copy this name. Okay, so hopefully, like, so it is saying output from account summary that will be coming, like, yeah. So object to summarize. So here again, like, we have to summarize the object, right? So we will create like, new resource and we will create object of type variable, and I can just say account record. Select the data type. It should be and available, and I can select account. Okay, so I just create that object, and now I want to showcase this on screen. Right here I can just say something name, uh, account summary flow. Okay, name already used. Okay, so I will just drag and drop display text, and display text, like I just can ground the response, a prompt response. So I can just say account prompt response, just done it. Okay, it require underscore. This is everything is correct account. So now just save it, uh, account latest screen flow, save it, activate. Okay, let's see whether it works. Then, like, we need to see why it's not working. So edit page, I will just say flow. Okay, under flow, like, account its latest flow is already showing. Layout is okay, save it. It's saying this is a placeholder flow, don't run in the canvas. Let me do one thing, like, I think that might be the problem. I can put the flow here. No, no, that's fine, it should be here only. So make sure, like, so it have a flow latest component, pass or fields value according to this flow variable. Let's see if it works or not. If doesn't work, we will see next time. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's good, it works, right? So it able to generate the, like, summary here also, you can see it, right? So it work. I don't know what was the problem. So, like, let's go with some other account also. So, like, United Oil and Gas Corporation. Right, so it generates. So we, what we have done, we have a multiple way, right? So one is the way where screen flow runs and it generate it, record summary. If you want a field to generate a summary, we use the field generation template, right? So you can click here, and I want to generate for this particular account, I can click here, right? And Einstein will automatically generate for you here, and you can use and save it. Okay, you can use this, you can save it, right? And another way is, like, you can click on this Agentforce, and it will give some options to you if you want to just see the account summary, right? So you can see that, like, okay, so you can see the summary here also, correct? So there are multiple ways, right? So again, I will just click on Agentforce, or, like, so you can just say there are some default agent also, top 10 opportunities. Let's see what it responds. So there are some default agents also which is already pre-built. Here it's a top 10 opportunity, it give like more such kind of details. Okay, so guys, like, it's too late, like, so I think we will close this session. I hope you like the session, right? So basically, I there are some issues happen, like, I don't know, like, the first of the thing, the record summary is not reflected, it takes some time. than like for screen flow, but that's fine. So guys, like I hope you like the session, and like looking forward everyone to join the next session basically. So where we will discuss more about more complex flow, where we will see like how we can integrate with MuleSoft, and like to get the detail how we can integrate with other things basically, right? So we will use the Flex Gateway. Like Flex Gateway can interact with multiple object at a time, and it can internal with external say external services also. We're going to see that. Okay, so I hope like you like the session, and I like, can you please like on the camera we can take